Welcome back. Mr. Olumide Fusika, I was talking about the question of perception, where a few people have turned the brightness of the legal profession, made it look grey, not dark, turned it to greyish skies. That question of perception, how can it be turned around? Would a group of people coming forward to say, we'll carry on reforms, would that make any difference?
Well, I am not here to defend the legal profession, and I don't want you to misunderstand me. You know, I'm a Nigerian citizen before being a lawyer. Don't get me wrong at all. Am I, as a citizen, even satisfied with, because it's service, you know, what the judiciary is delivering as a citizen, not as a practitioner, or even as a practitioner. I'm not defending the system. Let me give you a quick example. I was involved in the Ladoja case, you know. It was discharged.
That ended yesterday.
Yeah, the one that ended yesterday. You know, if you read the reports and then go to on the media and then go to the commentary section where Nigerians make comments, you know, or you see there, oh, he's escaped, he's done this, the system has failed, you know. So Nigerian elites really need to watch it. We are getting there. It's a revolutionary situation. People are completely disenchanted, you know, with what they are seeing and what they are getting. Even when the truth is so obvious, Nigerians do not want to give the elite any benefit of the doubt. We are all thieves, you know, in their eyesight because of the brutal experience that, you know, all of us have gone through, you know, in there. So the judiciary should be worried about that. There is a complete, and I'm using the word complete, you know, advisedly, complete loss of faith, you know, by the people in the judiciary. Yeah. Can they go to court and get justice? They don't seem to believe that, you know. So I'm not defending the judiciary, you know, or the system. Don't see me as always coming there to come and defend. That's not what I'm doing. What I have been saying is that if this system is not functioning, the system is the people that make it up. If it is not functioning, is it the system that you have to blame? You know, if there's lawlessness in Nigeria, is it that there are no laws? You know, you can't say that the laws are there. Is the process of enforcement, understanding why these laws are there. What is the philosophy behind the law? What are we trying to prevent? How do we ensure that we use the law to preserve our society, to maintain it, and so on and so forth? That is what is missing. And when you are talking of all these reforms, I'll give you another example that will take my point home. This talk about, it is because the judiciary is not self-accounting. You know, the executive is the one spending money for the judiciary. Let us, you know, give the money directly. Let the judiciary have its own money, you know, so that they can spend it themselves. They know what they need, whether it is computer or table or chair. Why should the executive be the one to? But what have we done? You know, some states have done that. Some, you know, what do you find? You are just, because whether in the executive or in the judiciary, the Nigerian still wants to remain the Nigerian. You have relocated the, you know, the corruption from one, you know, arm of government to the other. You now have a chief judge or whatever that's in charge of spending. You know, you have only encouraged her to, you know, and you have all the complaints. If you investigate, you have people complaining that, okay, we've now, the judiciary is now self-accounting. You know, they have cases all over there in the EFCC that the EFCC is investigating on how money meant for the judiciary has been diverted into other things. Not by the executive, but by, you know, not the judiciary, I mean the person in charge of that spending. So that was one reform. What effect has he had on effectiveness of the system? So I keep on saying, you can make all the laws. We are facing this, let's do this, and so on and so forth. If the human agent that is responsible for enforcing or, you know, decides to thwart it, it will be thwarted. That's the thing. So we will continue to interrogate ourselves. And I don't know, and I think I agree with him that education is key. Education is key. It is education that will make you to understand that will make a human being to understand that what is good for all is good for you. And it is not what is good for you alone that you should pursue. That will make you, that selfishness, that animalistic instinct, it is education that will take it out of you. But what have you had? How many months now have our universities been at home? The students are at home. You know, there's virtual collapse of public education in Nigeria, primary, secondary. If you want, I'm sure you are not going to send your child to any public school in Lagos. You'll probably be sending to, and they don't care about all these things. All they care about is Jansoke, Jansilej, and all those other nonsense that they go about mouthing. You know, 16 years or 18 years of the same party ruling a particular state in Nigeria. What is their philosophy about education? You go and see the state of public schools. They are not bothered about all those things. So when you isolate one segment of the society and you begin to attack it, it's from that system that you produce lawyers, that you produce, or people who call themselves lawyers, people who call themselves judges, people who call themselves doctors. They have come from that.
Question, we're now back to the question of administration, societal administration. Is that what you're implying?
We failed in, like I said in my opening, there's a gradual failure of governance, and it's continuing.
So even though there are rules that are meant to guard and guide
what exactly are they doing? Ask yourself.
They're not following them.
What exactly, is it public education they're providing? Is it health? What exactly have they been doing other than shouting all over the place, buying jeeps and moving all over, you know? I've witnessed through civilian regime, the 1979 to 83 one, and then this one. Let's look back, you know, and ask ourselves, is our situation better now than it was in 1999?
It was.
Has public education improved? Has public health improved? You know, what exactly is the role of government or governance? What are they supposed to be doing? They are not interested in all that. All they do is jump from one party to the other, from party to the. Nobody knows exactly what does this one stand for that is different from this other one.
Just,
you know,
you tie it all up because we're really out of time. So there's the question again, back to the question of perception, so that you tie it all in. Right now, the face of the NBA is on trial. The face of the judiciary is on trial. A group of senior advocates of Silks came together to say they want to create a new system. They are tired of the way things are. But he's talked about it is not just about that segment. It's a holistic situation. And then the question about having all the rules to guard is like saying we have rules there. There's a manual for operating this chair, for lifting up, for bringing it down. It's there. But when I now want to adjust the chair, I just sit there and I'm jumping for the chair to go down. But they've told you that you just touch one knob here and the chair goes down.